Hey, this is a Virgo compatibility video. So if you are a Virgo, this is a general download of signs that you may be really compatible with and signs that you're not compatible with. And first I want to say, when I talk about energy, I'm not just talking about the sun sign. So I might be including some things about the moon and someone's Mars and someone's Venus as well, because as you know, you cannot just go off somebody's sun sign. I'm so not okay with that. Like, I think you should look at someone's whole chart. Yes, you can also see someone's placement even if you don't know their time of birth, but you know their day of birth. So even if you don't have all the information, you definitely can find things out about someone. So I'm all about the whole chart, and I'm gonna start doing some synastry readings between two people to see like areas where they can improve their relationship or areas where they might have conflict, because again, I am a proponent of the whole chart, not just this basic sun sign astrology that doesn't take anything else into account. Yes, the sun sign is important, but it is not the whole story. Okay, so let me just move on. So I'm going to pair Virgo with every other sign and tell you my personal insights from research, from experience, things like that. Okay, so let's start with Virgo and Aries. So yes, I know this pairing very well. You know, I'm with an Aries. And the interesting thing about that is, at first, like years and years ago, I did not like Aries energy. I didn't understand it. I don't have Aries in my chart. Aries is in one of my, I think maybe one of my asteroids, but that's not significant. And Aries is in one of my cusps on my, I forgot which cusp of one of my houses, but it's not in my chart really. So again, energy that you don't have in your chart, you're not going to really understand or know what to do with that energy usually. And that's why you have these, you know, you're not compatible with someone else. So say, long story short, however, if I would have said, I don't want to date an Aries ever, I'm not going to do that. Like some people do, like, I wouldn't be with my partner. Like we just wouldn't be together, you know? All right. So like he's an Aries, but his, he only has Aries in his sun. That's it. So he's not a very strong Aries. You see what I'm saying? Like there's other placements that he has. So let's just talk about, so I'm going to talk about my relationship, but let's just talk about just like the signs. Like, are they compatible, whatever. These are both independent signs. They do things very differently though. Aries has the entrepreneurial spirit. Aries has the initiator spirit. Aries is the cardinal sign ruled by Mars. That is, let's do this, right? Virgo, ruled by Mercury, wants to get the work done, but they want to plan it out. They want it to be effective. So Virgo's thinking about sustainability when they're doing something. This is done. This is going to lead to this. Aries is thinking about exploration, or Aries is thinking about, okay, I just want to do this thing. Like I'm, you know, I have this spirit in me to do this thing. I'm taking initiative. I'm a leader. So there's differences in why they're doing these different things. You see what I'm saying? So with Aries and Virgo, like they respect each other's ability to get things done. They'll look at that and like, yes. But when it comes to relationships, it can become issues because Aries thinks love is pure. Aries is, you know, is just, now Aries, I don't know, I think Aries get a bad rap, but I'm like, I don't feel like Aries energy is that scattered when it comes to love. I really don't. I feel like maybe if they have other placements, I think Aries just like wants this pure love, and Aries is like this first sign of the zodiac that's just like very much like, I feel this is what it is, and I'm, you know, this is my relationship, and I'm fiery. Now, just as much as they can put a lot of fire in, when they're done, they're done. When Aries is done, they're done. When that fire is out, it's out. They're not coming back. Usually, they're just like, I'm done. Okay. Now Virgo wants to talk about love, or Virgo wants to analyze the relationship. Virgo needs to, because Virgo looks at Aries like, okay, you don't plan very well. You know, you're not very, you know, critical. You don't scrutinize things. Like, can we talk about this relationship? And Aries just like, this is what it is. You know, this just is. Why are we talking about it? You know, let's just have fun. You know, and Aries wants to explore things and go places and do things, and Virgo wants to plan for these things. So I feel like there can be some incompatibility in regards to like that aspect, because the way they approach life is completely different. I think if they can learn from each other, I think it's an okay pairing. Is it the best pairing of all time? No. You should look at the whole chart, because maybe it is in your individual relationship. But, you know, Aries energy is very pure, I think. And it can be kind of, it could be a lot of things. It could be impulsive, it could be aggressive, it could be naive, but also can be like very pure intentioned. It can be very transparent. You're not guessing with an Aries. And I think that's what Virgo should learn from Aries. Like, yes, the Aries person might not have the same traits as you, and that can be frustrating, but Aries, to me, there's not a lot of guesswork. And I think that's a positive. They're transparent. Whether you like how they said it or not, Aries is very much like, I want this, I'm doing this, or no, I'm not doing that, I'm doing something. Like, there's not a lot of secrecy and things like that. I just don't feel like Aries is really about that. You know, they're just very transparent usually for the most part. Now, it can get on your nerves because they might tell Virgo how to do something. And Virgo is going to be like, wait, I'm thinking about this. I know how to do this. And Aries is like, well, I know what I'm doing, so I'm telling you how to do it. There can be some issues with that. So I think on a compatibility scale, maybe like a 5, Aries and Virgo, they can make it work because they both like to work and get things done. But they're just going to have to understand each other. They're going to have to really try to understand each other. Okay, they're going to have to, Virgo's going to have to realize, like, yeah, sometimes Virgo, you have to just get something done. Go with the flow. Aries wants to go somewhere and, do this event, do it with them, But Aries is also going to have to learn you got a plan, too. You can't just jump and do things just like that, They can, I think, though they're a very unlikely couple, it can work, okay? Anything can work if you make it right. Next, Virgo and Taurus. These are both earth signs. Practical people, they will relate on a level. They'll relate. Virgo might not like how Taurus moves. Virgo wants to move a little quicker in relationships or just in general. Taurus takes their time. Because Taurus knows they'll get something done. And I think that's what probably annoys a lot of Taurus people. They're like, I'm always going to get something done. I'm just not going to get it done on your time. And that is where Virgo and Taurus can have issues. Whereas Virgo wants to know all the details of when something's going to get done. And Taurus is another earth sign, so they understand the need to have foundation. But Taurus is like, I'm ruled by Venus. I'm lighthearted. I'm chill. Like, you need to calm down, Virgo. I think, though, they're both very practical people. They're not going to go above and beyond. Now, again, you have to look at the whole chart. Moon signs, here's where that could be an issue. If someone's a moon in Taurus, moon in Virgo, who's the initiator? You need some fire. So I think, like, if you're a earth couple, I would love to know who's the fire. Where's the fire, or who's the water sign in a relationship? Is one of you have a water rising? Does one of you have Venus in Cancer? There needs to be some fire or some emotion in the relationship, or else it's gonna kind of be dry. It's kind of be stale. So even like I said, I just went back to Virgo and Aries. Aries gonna light that fire that Virgo sometimes needs. Virgo's going to provide that stability that Aries sometimes lacks. You see what I'm saying? So with Virgo and Taurus, I just think there needs to be some spark there. This relationship can fall flat if you're, yes, they're different signs, Taurus is more patient. I think you have Virgo. Virgo can be patient too, but I think Taurus is more patient than Virgo because they're going to do something at their own time. So they can definitely learn from each other. They can learn, and Taurus can learn efficiency. Taurus can learn from Virgo, like, no, we actually can't wait this time. We have to get this done. Let's plan this out. Taurus rules the 5 senses. Taurus, here, let me make sure I can learn. Sight, smell, hearing, taste, touch. Taurus. Okay. So Taurus is that on the, the physical realm. But Taurus can teach, Virgo some things about that, about how to just enjoy, how to relax. Virgo can teach Taurus about getting things done effectively on a time schedule, or getting things, or being more, helping others more. Taurus can sometimes be more consumed with themselves. So they can learn a lot from each other. I think, like, as a friendship, it's probably great. As a relationship, I think there needs to be some fire there. So again, it would probably need to be somebody's chart is the initiator. Who's the initiator in that relationship in the Taurus and Virgo? That's the only thing I would ask, right? Compatibility, but in general, pretty good. There's not a bad. There's nothing serious that would cause, in my opinion, major issues. Next, let's say Gemini. Let's go Gemini in order. Let's go in order. So Gemini and Virgo are both ruled by Mercury. They will, well, a lot of people, a lot of astrologers believe that Virgo's true ruler is Vulcan. And if you read up on Vulcan and this, the mythology, the information about it, it definitely makes sense. But until then, Mercury belongs to Virgo and Gemini, okay? Until they actually discover Vulcan exists, that's where, but okay. But we definitely have, there's definitely some compatibility with Virgo and Gemini. These are thinkers. They have great conversations because they like to analyze things. And they can have conversations for hours and hours and hours because they are on the same wavelength of, you know, talking. They understand each other very well, okay? So, you know, when you have, as far as a relationship goes, Gemini's going to want to do more things. Gemini is very social. Virgo can be social with people they care about or that they really know. Virgo is more discriminating. Now, again, it depends on your other signs. If you're a Virgo, but you're Gemini rising and a Libra moon, you might be very, very social. You see what I'm saying? But I think in terms of that, Virgo's going to have to learn how to go more with the flow. Gemini's going to have to understand, like, Gemini will just pick up and say, let's just go here. And Virgo's going to be staring at them like, what do you mean, let's just go? I had my whole day planned. Gemini has to understand, like, this need to, like, sometimes have some type of system, have some type of order into your life. But I think they can complement each other very well in some aspects. But the problem will be that Virgo can't tack Gemini down. Virgo might feel Gemini is all over the place. Virgo might look at it like, okay, we have great conversations, but you're all over the place. You're not, you know, where you say you're going to be, or you're not, you know, you don't have a structure in your life. Like Virgo, I think, can really dislike that and grow with time. They might not like that. I think as a friendship goes, sorry, let me just look at my notes real quick. As friendship goes, I think Virgo and Gemini work great together as friends. As a relationship, Gemini is going to feel like Virgo is trying to box them in. They're going to think Virgo is not open-minded enough. So I do think there can be some compatibility issues with Virgo and Gemini in a relationship manner, okay? Next, all right, so Cancer, Virgo and Cancer. So Virgo and Cancer are, astrologically are compatible. I mean, especially if you look at like how far apart they are on an astrology wheel. I think Virgo and Cancer both want security. They understand the need for security. And, you know, believe it or not, Virgo doesn't want love and emotions. They might not show it, but they need someone to bring it out of them. That's why I said I don't think Taurus is ruled by Venus. So Taurus might spoil Virgo, right? But I think that, like I said before, like there can be a standstill in those types of relationships with Virgo and Taurus. But I think that Cancer is going to make Virgo have to be a little bit more emotional, right? Because Cancer is ruled by the moon, and Cancer is about these emotional feelings, okay? And, you know, both need security. So they can provide that security for each other, that trust. They can both provide that, like, feeling of, like, comfort. They both can be very domestic. They care about the home and their environment, what it looks like, what it feels like. So as a family situation, I think Virgo and Cancer can work very well if they're people that tend to have a family or a household together. And yes, Virgo can be analytical, and Cancer might want to. Cancer is really intuitive. Virgo's analytical. They can understand each other in different ways and balance each other out in different ways. You know, I think that, you know, now the moodiness, see the thing, they both, Cancer can get that moodiness when they feel like they're being taken advantage of. But Virgo doesn't tend to take advantage of Cancer. Virgo doesn't really take advantage of anyone. Now Virgo can be strategic, but as far as Virgo's you know, motive being to take advantage, typically not the case. So in general, I feel that the compatibility between Virgo and Cancer is pretty good. You know, Cancer tends to be good with money because they need security. A lot of people think it's all just the emotion. So Cancer also needs security financially as well. Virgo does too. Virgo is going to be good. Some Virgos will be good with money. Depends on other stuff, right? Like if you're a Virgo with Sagittarius rising or moon, you might not be good with money. You might spend it a lot when you're not supposed to. So I think Virgo and Cancer in general, yes. Virgo and Leo. I like, see, I keep saying this. There's certain signs, like I have Leo in 2 of my placements. I like Leo energy. I don't know, I just do. And my dad was a Leo too, so that might have something to do with it. But like, I like Leo energy. I understand Leo energy. So like, even though I'm not very Leo-like in some aspects I am, but it's in my 12th house, so it's a little bit hidden. I understand the energy, even though I'm not, you know, a Leo. So, all right, so let's think about what's this like. Okay, so I noticed also pairing very well. You know, my parents were Virgo and Leo pairing, okay? So Virgo is going to be really practical in a relationship and want to do it. This is what we need. Virgo wants to make sure. So what becomes very interesting in this is like Leo, some people like Leo likes material things. Leo does. They like things, but they're also very creative, and Virgo can appreciate that. Now, all Leos are not creative, but I know a lot of Leos they're good at, like, they're artistic in some way. Like, I know a lot of them that are artistic. They can draw. There's something about them. They create, ruled by the sun. Virgo is going to appreciate that because Virgo is very analytical and Virgo's curious, so they're going to probably appreciate that side of Leo. Virgo likes the very small details about people, you know. That's really what draws them in. And as far as like lifestyle goes, you know, Virgo's going to it puts Virgo in a natural doting. Like I said, Virgo can be domestic. You know, Virgo can be like they want to care for their family. They're like Cancer in a way, but Virgo's going to make sure everything's in order. Did you pay the bill? You know, all the bills are paid. The kids' doctor's appointments are scheduled. Did you take your medicine? Like Virgo. And Leo likes that because Leo likes attention. But Leo can also be giving. So why were you saying like people like, oh, Leos are egotistical? Excuse me. Leos are egotistical. You know, but I don't view that as negative. Like, because usually it's because they really are just like giving people. They're popular people, or they are very interesting. Their sense of humor, you know, I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, because Leos want you to shine too. If you're their child, they want you to shine. If you are their friend, they want you to shine. Like, Leos will take people along for the ride. I think they're very different than some other signs that want status, but they're not willing to help anybody else out. Leo wants you to shine with them, usually. Okay, so Leo energy, I think like Leo and Virgo work really well in the family aspect. But at the same time, there can be difference in values because Leo wants the spotlight. Virgo does not. Typically, you know, Virgo might say, okay, it's your birthday, let's just have an intimate dinner at home. Leo's like, no, I want to party. And then there's just like Virgo's like, but I don't feel comfortable with all that partying. And you know, so you really have to think of it that way as well. There can be lifestyle differences that they have to compromise on. All right, but if they can do it, I think Virgo and Leo can be a really good pairing. Remember, they're neighbors. Virgo's also neighbors with Cancer. When you're neighbors with a sign, your Mercury or your Venus has a chance of being in that other sign. So for instance, if you're a Virgo, your Venus and Mercury can only be in, sorry, the cats are just meowing. If you're a Virgo, your Venus or Mercury can only be in Virgo, your own sign, the sign before you, Leo, or the sign after you, Libra. Okay? All right, so let's move on to what's after Leo. Virgo and Virgo. Virgo and Virgo definitely great as friends. They click just like that. They click instantly. They like recognize each other. Virgo picks up on that energy, like, hey, you're kind of off to the side like me, and you're observing this whole situation. Oh yes, let's talk. And then they just talk, and then people think that Virgo doesn't talk. No, Virgo talks because their mind is constantly moving. But you have to understand, a lot of Virgos are observant first. They're observing the situation. They need to feel safe before they say things or do things, that you understand. But Virgo and Virgo in a relationship, I actually can't speak on the relationship aspect of it because I've never dated another Virgo. I have Virgo friends that I click well with, but from what I've seen, I think that Virgo and Virgo, let me think about my own interactions. Now, Virgo and Virgo, the issue that can happen is, yes, you will have most likely shared understanding of, you know, time and management and values, and your communication will be pretty good. But I think that Virgo needs somebody else to bring certain qualities out of them. So unless this Virgo pairing has like other aspects in their chart, I think Virgo can be really reserved. And especially if you're a Virgo and you have other Virgo placements, Virgo rising, Virgo moon, Virgo Venus, you need somebody, I personally think you need somebody else to balance out that Virgo energy that's kind of reserved. You might need a fire sign. You might need a water sign. You see what I'm saying? You might need a sign that's more social. You might need a sign that's going to say, like, hey, let's just go. Let's just go do something. So I think Virgo and Virgo work really well as friends. Yes, it can work in a relationship, but I think that over time, it's like you're at a standstill. You know what I mean? You aren't growing. You're not getting that other energy from that other sign that's going to balance you out more and, you know, not have you as stuck in your ways. Okay, so Virgo, it can work. I don't think it's the best to develop. I don't think personally you'll develop as good with another Virgo. I know Virgos were great, but I don't think it'll develop as well as if you're with another sign that's going to take you out of your shell, take you out of your comfort zone for a little bit. Okay, all right, Virgo and Libra. On the outside, they'll get along. You know, Libra cares about their appearance, Virgo, Venus, and Virgo is very analytical, and Virgo is very conscious of their appearance as well, especially Virgo risings. Like, they're conscious of how they look, they're conscious of how they come off. Libra though can be more like they want to look good, whereas Virgo's like wants to make sure nothing's out of place. They don't want to make sure that they don't look bad. Libra wants to look good. You know, Libra care. You know, we can go into like Libra, just aesthetics of Libra, and just how like Libra has a very distinctive look sometimes. You know, and like, you know, Libra women, Libra male. Okay, so Libra though and Virgo on the outside, yes, because they can make each other look good. But on the other side, compatibility wise, usually no. Libra wants to balance and wants harmony and wants to socialize, and Virgo's not really going to be about that. Virgo's going to want to be a little bit more private. Virgo might view Virgo views a lot of air signs as not committed enough. You are not committed enough. You are not devoted enough. That's why I said Virgo and Aries can work, because Aries is going to be intense. So Virgo's going to feel, wow, this person really does care about me. Even though we don't really get along that much, in love, they care about me. Leo cares about me. Leo's showing me this. Air signs and Virgo's probably not going to feel as confident in a relationship with an air sign, in my opinion. Because air signs need freedom. Air signs are going to roam. Libra might say, okay, you're not going to the party with me. Well, I still have to go because I need to socialize. They probably wouldn't say it like that. But, you know, that can happen, and Virgo's going to feel a little bit insecure. So I feel like Libra, you know, and Libra has all these friends, and Libra can be very flirtatious, and Libra can be very charming. And Virgo is not flirtatious in that way. No, Virgo has very subtle flirtatiousness to them, especially the women, I think. But Virgo's not going to understand that energy that Libra's giving other people. They're not going to understand that, and it can cause them to doubt themselves. So I don't feel like Virgo, like, they can have great conversations, because Libra can be very intelligent. Libra's an air sign, and Virgo's ruled by Mercury. So they can have great conversations, and that might be what initially draws them to each other, the looks and their conversations. But as far as the depth of the relationship, it's very hard to get that point with a Virgo and Libra couple. Again, it depends on other placements. You have Virgo, you're Libra, and sorry, I'm just like, I need my iced coffee. if you're a Libra, but you have Virgo placements, maybe, but you're more Virgo in mind, so that could work. They're definitely going to be drawn to each other. Virgo and Libra are definitely going to be drawn to each other usually. Kind of like how Virgo and Leo, I think, are really drawn to each other sometimes. But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Next, Virgo and Scorpio. Okay. Virgo and Scorpio. Okay, so yes. First of all, if you know the mythology, Virgo and Scorpio were once the same sign, which is why Virgo and Scorpio are both very internal signs. They're very internal. You know, Scorpio has like gut instincts. Virgo has analytical instincts. So Virgo will be more like the mental, like, I noticed this, so I deducted this. And Scorpio's like, I noticed this because I was feeling like. Both can be secretive. Both signs can be secretive, or they're selective in what they share. They need to feel comfortable with you. They have close people, that very loyal signs as well. Scorpio can have more of a vindictive or jealous side to them. Virgo, when they're mad, now again it depends on the whole chart, because some of them can do the same thing as Scorpio, but I think Virgo's more dismissive. Like, if I don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. It's just, you know, Scorpio might want to get back at you. But I think as far as like, they will understand each other. There's a lifestyle compatibility there. Their interests, you know, Scorpio might be really interested in like in-depth topics. Scorpio is very passionate about what they're into. Whatever they're into, Scorpio is in it. Whatever their hobby is, they're in it. And Virgo, task-oriented, likes hobbies too. Virgo can be really interested in what Scorpio was doing. Scorpio can be loyal. Scorpio might view Virgo as like real. You know, Scorpio might have a lot of suspicions of other people, but they view the Virgo and they're like, oh, you're not a bad guy. Oh, you're okay. As far as analytical, some people have issues with Virgo being analytical, or Virgo picking out mistakes or flaws. Scorpio can be kind of defensive. They can be defensive. I think though in general they can understand each other. Now the only problem that happens is when you have a negative energy pairing. That could be a problem, because they're internal, and you know, they together, if they're brooding and they're miserable, that can be an issue with Virgo and Scorpio energy, because it's like, again, you don't have that external bringing that out of you, you know. Virgo needs somebody fiery sometimes to bring it out of them, like, hey, Virgo, come out to this party now, you know. And that's like, you know, Aries will do that, Sagittarius will do that with Virgo, you know. Somebody will just bring that out of them. So I think the pairing can work really well. I think though they just have to like be careful not to become too internal and too involved with themselves, and really like push each other to get out of their comfort zones, because they can get really stuck in their comfort zone, Virgo and Scorpio. Next, Virgo and Capricorn. Okay, no, Sagittarius. Well, Sagittarius, Virgo. Let's go in order. Virgo and Sagittarius. These are both mutable signs. These are both intellectual signs, meaning like Virgo analyzes them. They'll talk to anybody about any topic that requires in-depth thinking. You know, a lot of times people are like, Virgos, oh, they don't like to talk. Virgos really don't like small talk. I just don't think we do. You know, we can do it, but you want us to talk about conspiracy theories or something we care about, we're going to talk to you, right? Sagittarius is about wisdom and philosophy, and you know, this growth and the spiritual growth, and Sagittarius is, you know, a traveler, you know. So Sagittarius might put some spark into Virgo's life. Sagittarius might say, okay, Virgo, we're gonna go here and we're gonna do that, and in a conversational lens, they're gonna have great conversations, you know, the in-depth conversations, not touching the surface. Actually, better conversations with Sagittarius people than they might with other Virgos. It's very possible, because, you know, the spark. But as far as relationships go, Sagittarius for Virgo might be a little too, you know, scattered. Sagittarius wants to explore life, and they're going to make sure they do that, which is fine. But Virgo might not understand that, and Virgo might not like that. All right, so, you know, it can work if they understand each other's energy. But I think that Sagittarius sometimes won't understand like why Virgo is more reluctant to do things, and Sagittarius might eventually lose interest. Sagittarius is mutable fire. They can lose interest very, very easily. Okay, again, it depends on other factors of the chart. But Sagittarius could view Virgo and be like, you're not even, you know, what is wrong with you? Now remember, everything is energy. Because when I mean energy, I mean whoever. If your chart has similarities to somebody else, you're going to naturally, most likely, be more drawn to them. If you have aspects in your chart that draws to that person, you're naturally going to be more into them. So it's very possible you could Virgo Sagittarius pairing where it's like they're like this, because energetically maybe that Sagittarius has a Virgo Venus or a Virgo Moon or Virgo Rising, and that Virgo has Sagittarius Rising or Sagittarius Moon, or like that energy can go. I think that they can learn some things from each other. You know, Virgo might teach Sagittarius like, hey, you know, I love all this traveling, or I love all of this, you know, exploring you like to do, but can we stay grounded? Because remember, earth signs want to stay grounded. And Sagittarius might be like, Virgo, you know, this is great. You know, you are so orderly. You have your life kind of in order, but you got to learn to explore. Let's go here. I think it can work. But they think they have to work at that energy. Earth and fire kind of has to work a little bit more at coming together, okay, in order for it to work. But, you know, and they're both mutable, so they can easily let go of the relationship, I think, more so than another sign. You know, they both can be like, all right, forget it. You know, and Virgo's not going to admit that their feelings are hurt, and Sagittarius is not going to want to admit that they have feelings. So, you know, that could be an issue there. Okay, so let's move on. Virgo and Capricorn. So these are both earth signs. Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. Capricorn is, you know, about goals and goal-oriented. Capricorn and Virgo have similar sense of humor sometimes. They have this very, like, witty, sarcastic humor. They understand each other's humor. They understand that humor does not have to be somebody jumping into the, you know, the party, screaming off or doing something silly. Virgo and Capricorn can sometimes look at each other and be like, what are they doing? Both Virgo and Capricorn kind of have that same, like, why? Like, what are they doing? Like, we're kind of above. No, but Capricorn and Virgo can work really well together in friendships and other aspects as well, because they understand this idea to stay grounded. Virgo is all about the small details, and Capricorn is about the big picture. So in terms of like a relationship, I think they can work really well together because they complement each other well. Capricorn is like, here's the big goal, especially as like a family unit. I think it can work. But again, with earth and earth, and people love to say earth and earth belong together, or earth or air and air belong together. My opinion on that is this. My opinion is earth understands each other. We're practical. If I see a Taurus doing something, I get it usually. Capricorn, I get it. I know why you did that. You're trying to be practical. You're doing what makes sense. I get it. But that does not mean in a relationship aspect that all of these couples are going to have the perfect time. You see what I'm saying? Because I told you before, Virgo is a sign that needs love, even though they pretend that they don't. They need service. So they're a sign of service. So they're always doing for other people, but sometimes they can become very agitated and moody and jaded if they feel like nobody does anything for them. So I think that Capricorn can be very traditional. They'll take care of home. They'll take care of their family. They'll do all those things. But is that going to draw the love? Is the Virgo going to feel loved just based off that? And I think Virgo needs a little bit more love than it seems. That's why I think fire signs can sometimes be good for Virgo, and water signs can be good for Virgo, because they're going to get that intensity that Virgo does not have. Remember, Virgo is a mutable sign. Capricorn is a cardinal sign. But Capricorn can be very focused on like the image of family, the image of the relationship. And Virgo is perceptive enough to be like, wait, I need something a little bit more deeper than that, because they're about details. So I definitely think Capricorn and Virgo can work really well together as a family unit if they're trying to build together. But Capricorn and Virgo might not work together. They might not fulfill each other's needs. You know, Capricorn also likes status. Virgo can give or take status sometimes, you know. So Capricorn might sometimes feel like Virgo's not on their level. They're not on the same page as them. Or they end up trying to dictate to the Virgo partner what to do, because Virgo will sometimes allow the Capricorn to lead. But then when Virgo doesn't think something makes sense, Capricorn might not willing to listen to them. Saturn can be kind of stubborn. You know, Saturn is about lessons and harsh lessons and that, but there's also Capricorn is a sign of the parent. So Capricorn has this idea like, I know best, I know better. Virgo's like, wait, you're missing something, and Capricorn doesn't want to listen in this relationship. So there can be, you know, an issue where at first it seems like they make sense on paper, but as you get into the intricacies of it, there might not be the best parent. All right, we're almost done. Virgo. So what comes after our lovely Capricorns? Okay, so after Capricorn, we have Aquarius. Yes, it's Aquarius. Okay, Virgo and Aquarius. So Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and also Uranus, and you know, people debate that. I think they are both ruled by both. They are ruled by both signs, because I see it. Like, just like I see Scorpio at the Mars and Pluto, I see this. I definitely see this. Okay. So, all right. So Saturn and Uranus. So this is a person that is very fixed sign, very stuck in their ways, but also it's weird. It's like they're stuck in their own perception of things, but they're revolutionary. So Uranus is like sparks, revolutionary. I want to do something new. I want to change things. I want to shake things up. Okay. Virgo is about routines and procedures and what works and what has been done. So there can be a tendency there for there to be conflicts between the two, because Virgo is going to want to test things out first, and Aquarius might say, no, I thought about this, I want to do this. Virgo, I keep saying this because I feel like friendship obviously is a lot easier than a romantic relationship. You want the, you can have multiple friends, and you can, you don't have to be with your friend or live with your friend unless you want to, and you're not making a family with your friend, I guess, right? So I feel like conversation-wise, Virgo and Aquarius can have great conversations, because Aquarius is very logical, and Virgo is too, and sometimes Virgo just wants someone to talk to who they think is going to understand them on the same wavelength. But the difference is Virgo and Aquarius find it very hard to emotionally bond. And I'm not saying this is impossible. I had a very, really close friend who was an Aquarius, very close. We were close when we were in like high school and through college. Like, we were close. So like, I'm not saying this is impossible, but I'm saying that it is very difficult for them to emotionally bond, because first of all, Aquarius can be detached. Aquarius is about the collective. Aquarius is someone that can work really hard for other people, but their own partner can look and be like, wait, you're doing all this for your job or for your your church group, or you're doing all this for your organization that you belong to, you're doing all this for the community, but what are you doing for me? Aquarius's goal is to help the greater collective. And Aquarius values friendships, but they value friendships where they feel that they are perceived as knowing a lot. So Virgo sometimes might feel like, Virgo and Aquarius together, they might feel like this is a friendship. This is not a relationship. Okay? So you just have to keep that in mind. Virgo and Aquarius together, I don't think is a good pairing. I think that Virgo needs someone I keep saying this, I personally believe Virgo, unless they have a lot of fire in their own chart, needs somebody with a little fire or a little water to kind of liven them up. Kind of bring them to life, make them feel comfortable. Aquarius is not going to do that. Aquarius is not going to do that for them. I think Aquarius and Virgo can be great as associates, but I don't think relationship, they have competing interests. Virgo is of service, but Virgo is about helping others, and so is Aquarius. Like, they can work really well together on an initiative. They can work very well together. Like, Virgo and Aquarius can work very well together on a job-related tip. But as far as a relationship goes, they're going to need more. Virgo needs more than what Aquarius is willing to give them. And some signs might understand Aquarius. Libra probably will understand Aquarius. Libra will understand that. They'll want harmony. They'll understand, right? They'll see that, Virgo needs more security than what Aquarius is willing to provide for them. I do like Moon in Aquarius. I think Moon in Aquarius is fine for Virgo, because Moon in Aquarius has a sense of duty. And Moon in Aquarius people, I've noticed, like, I know a lot of people for some reason with Moon in Aquarius in my personal life. They might not always inundate you with love and kisses and stuff, but they will do what they feel is they need to do for their relationship with you, whether it's family or romantic or whatever. So I think Moon in Aquarius can work with Virgo, but I just don't think, or maybe even, Aquarius rising, maybe I just think that in general, there's a lot of Aquarius energy and a lot of Virgo energy. It's typically not going to romantically work together. All right, so let's move on. Our last one, Pisces. Okay, so Pisces. All right, so Virgo and Pisces, they are opposite signs. Virgo and Pisces are opposite signs. But that means the opposite signs have some aspects of each other. They're always the same modality. So they're both fixed signs. Pisces fixed water, and then Virgo fixed earth. And both of these signs are internal. Like, they're very, they can be very introverted for different reasons. But they understand that. So like, a Virgo's not going to judge a Pisces for being quiet, because they understand the process. And Pisces can be very creative, and Virgo can, like, like appreciates that. Like Virgo understands that. Like I said before, Virgos tend to like the small things about people. They don't like you because of your status. Virgos don't like you just because of what you look like necessarily. Virgo likes the small things about you that make you unique, and they love this. Pisces energy is just so unique, and I feel that yes, Virgo can look at Pisces as like passive, or look at Pisces as like, you're not active enough, or you're not, you need to take, not that take action, but Virgo work, get stuff done. Virgo's about efficiency. And Pisces is just about the compassionate side of nature, the compassionate side of humanity. And Pisces is about creating that passionate, or that sign, that's the sign, that vibe and that energy. So Pisces also is kind of go with the flow. Pisces also can be very internal with, I'm gonna do what I feel I should do, and Virgo's like, no, we got to do what needs to get done. So I think that there can be differences in regards to that. And Virgo can feel conflicted because Virgo loves the creativity and the passionate side of Pisces, their opposite sign. They love it, but at the same time, they'll look at it like, okay, but we got to get work done. Okay, but we got to get this done. Okay, we don't have time to look at the butterflies and write poetry. Like, what are you doing? So that's on that lens. I think spiritually, Pisces and Virgo can work really well together. They will understand, like I said, they'll understand each other's introversion. They'll understand it. They'll appreciate it. They won't judge it. I think that for the Pisces to work with the Virgo person, there would have to be other things in their chart that make this person effective with getting things done. So this is the Pisces with some earth attributes, perfect for the Virgo. A water sign for a Virgo to give them like that sense of peace, that sense of appreciation that Virgo needs, that another earth sign might not give Virgo. I think a Pisces person with a lot of earth in their chart can be perfect for a Virgo. I think that could work. All right, so that is it for Virgo and compatibility. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. I also will be uploading throughout the next couple of weeks compatibility videos for each of the signs, so be sure to watch out for that.